Welcome to Greg Ellis TV Daily. Hope you're having a fantastic day. What would a day be without some Galaxy Z Fold 6 information? That's what I'm talking about, because we're only a couple of weeks away from the launch of the Galaxy Z Fold 6, and I've done videos on what's new. I've done videos on what to expect from trade-ins and free or pre-order gifts and news and rumors and everything in between that. And I wanted to go through a list of everything that's going to be basically new about this phone. So, it kind of makes it a little easier with like a laundry list of new things. So you don't have to be like, okay, well, that's the specs, but how is that different than, say, the Galaxy Z Fold 5? So I wanted to go through that list. So here we go. I took this tweet from Anthony the Galox because he made it nice and neat for us, and we'll go through it, and we'll go through some things that I think will be updated and changed that he hasn't mentioned. And I guess I'll probably go through that list first. There's things that I think that will be different before we go through the things that he's already mentioned that we kind of know. And that is, I think we'll get better speakers. They always seem to change the speakers a little bit, either get worse or better. Sometimes they've gotten worse in the past because of the water resistance. I actually think the speakers will get a little bit better sounding this time. I think they'll be a little bit bassier. I think they'll be a little bit louder. Just a guess, I haven't heard anything about it, but it's just something that I kind of expect. Now, most of the things in his tweet are physical or hardware related, but AI is going to play, we know AI is going to play a big role with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, so a lot of right off the bat, exclusive AI features will come with it, such as graffiti mode, where you draw something and then it turns into an actual picture. That will come, but there'll be other stuff as well that we don't know as of this moment. My last one, personally, is I think we'll get dust and water resistance. I don't know that for sure. I haven't seen anybody say it. Just hopeful wishing, and I've kind of seen it in some rumors, but that rumor didn't turn out to be true with some other stuff. But really hoping that we end up seeing some water resistance and dust resistance, so the IP68. All right, here's the list from the Galox, and the Galox is starting this off, and I'll put the old spectacles on. 6.3-inch outer display, up from 6.2 inches, so that's where we're seeing that improvement with the outside display. Symmetrical outer and inner bezels. If you've seen renders of the Galaxy Z Fold 6, it looks awesome. It looks like a final finished product, especially when you compare it to a Galaxy Z Fold 5, for instance, which has rounded corners. This looks awesome. Z Fold 6 is a really well-designed looking phone. Thicker, ultra-thin glass, which will help with durability. Next up would be the less visible crease, which it will be less, but it's not going to be dramatically less from what we're hearing. So don't expect a dramatically decreased crease, just something smaller. If it's really slightly smaller, expect something probably between 10 and 20%. We have the brighter displays. That's probably a given. They make them brighter every year. So you got to expect that they're going to give us brighter displays this year as well. Bigger cooling system. They did it a lot with the S24. So better, being better to be able to hold and control the heat that this phone produces, allowing you to get better performance over extended period of times at high loads. So that should be really nice to get that. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, coming from the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy. Again, obvious one for that. 7 years of OS and security updates. They did that with the S24 series. They will carry that over for the Z Fold 6, most likely. The 5.6 millimeter thin, open, just phone, so it will be a much thinner phone. I think it's 6.1 on the Galaxy Z Fold 5, if I'm not mistaken. 239 grams on the Fold 6 versus 253 grams on the Fold 5. So it's going to be fairly dramatically less weight. And then obviously, like I mentioned kind of earlier, the boxy design. And those are some of the new things that we know. And then some of the other things that I mentioned that should happen or might happen as well. What would you like to be surprised by? Being realistic. Don't be like, oh, integrated S Pen. We know there's no integrated S Pen. Like something that they could surprise us with that they could still do with this phone. Let us know in the comments down below what your guess is. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.